Today's knife review is on a bit of a design classic. We've decided that we're not going to limit our choices to just stereotypical bushcraft knives. We're also going to include some survival knives and especially military knives that are used in survival situations. We've already reviewed the F1, which is a knife used by the Swedish military. This one is the K-bar U.S.M.C, which is U.S. Marine Corp, and is used by the American Army and the American Marines, and is their general utility knife. The knife itself comes in a lovely oiled leather sheath, very sturdily made, great big loop at the back for your belt, solid clasp at the top, popper. There's a small lanyard hole in the bottom which helps keep the knife down if you find it flapping about, because it is quite a big knife. The knife itself is, the blade is 7 inches. It's 1095 carbon steel, and although it looks like it should be hollow ground, it is in fact flat ground down to a secondary bevel along the bottom. So it's quite a sturdy knife. The handle is stacked leather washers with a metal pommel and metal trim at the top and the bottom. So that's the knife. Let's see what we can do with it. In conclusion, we've put this knife through all the relevant tests that we put the others through, and I've been using this knife for a little while now at work, for general campcraft, bushcraft, shelter building and survival. And to be honest, it's pleasantly surprised me. It's not a great carver. It'll get the job done, but it is hard work carving with it. One of the things I've toyed with doing with this knife is actually completely Scandi grinding it, so taking the secondary bevel off, and I think that will improve that situation no end. It's a great steel blade, it really is solid as you like. This thing is absolutely bomb-proof, so if you want an indestructible knife, this is pretty much the one to go for. When it came to the chopping, again, it performed okay, not as good as maybe as some of the other knives we reviewed, but I've got a feeling this one would just go on and on and on and on. There's a lot of very strong metal behind the edge of this blade, so although it's not the keenest edge on the planet, it's a very, very solid edge. The same with the splitting. The only issue really with the splitting and the chopping is, again, from a battening point of view, it has this this secondary fake edge on the back, which is obviously designed for use in combat, which is what the knife was originally designed for, which, although it's designed for penetration, doesn't really do us any favours from a woodcraft point of view. So this does get in the way a little, but there's still plenty of blade to batten on. And with it being a 7-inch blade, you know, you've got a lot more depth of wood that you can batten before it becomes ineffectual. Again, feather sticking could only be improved by grinding the edge down, but as it was, did a great job. I was really pleasantly surprised. Again, a very easy knife to handle. The extra blade length gives you a nice bit of manoeuvrability with it, and this knife has surprised me. It's just a great all-round knife. It is what it is. It's a utility survival knife, not a bushcraft knife. So if you bear that in mind, you've got a great knife, and it is a design classic. So yeah, I'm very impressed. Much more impressed than I thought I would be. I am impressed with the K-Bar. It's a great knife.